What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Better Biomed. Today is day number 2, and we're here at the BC Group, and we're going to take a tour. And this time, we're going to go through their service department, and we're going to take a look at all the stuff that they do. It's something that we kind of skim by in the tour video, but that's because there's a lot of details. And I believe that when it comes to calibrations and services, the details are what really matter. So we're going to make this a whole separate video, and we're going to do that right now. So here I am. I'm in the warehouse right behind me. This is going to be the loading dock doors when things come in, and then we're going to come this way. And let's take a tour of the service department at BC Group.
Hey everybody, I'm Lucio Simoni. I'm the engineering manager for BC Group, and I've got with me.
I'm Aaron Dunn. I am the laboratory coordinator. Yeah.
So short and simple, man. That's right. Laboratory coordinator. So, you know, that's an interesting thing because a lot of people don't understand that when you're talking about calibrations, and specifically, you guys are ISO certified for calibrations, are you not?
That's correct. 17025 and also ANSI Z540.
So that means that you guys are laboratory conditions. When you call it a lab, they're not kidding. It's a lab.
We do have monitors and we have big flashing lights. If the temperature or humidity goes outside of the span, we have to stop calibrations.
Wow.
That's right.
Fascinating. So guys, this is a warehouse that I did not showcase in my other videos. And yes, there are some assemblies and whatnot in here that are not due to calibrations or whatnot. There's some finished product and stuff. We'll go through it. But just showing you that this is a whole nother room to this facility, a massive facility, folks. So overall, BC Group encompasses 75,000 square feet. So if it looks like we're going from room to room to room, we are, and there's a lot. So let's do it, guys. Let's tour the calibrations lab.
All right. On a daily basis, we have everything. We have multiple pallets coming in and out of these doors here. So we'll start right over here with our service receiving, and we'll show you what happens right as the equipment comes in the door. So the first thing we do is we check in the equipment. It gets assigned a job number and a folder. That folder will contain all of the information about the service job, whether it's a routine calibration, whether it needs repair or service. Not only that, but we'll take a picture of all the equipment that came in with the product as it's coming in for cal.
That's so cool. So you guys keep an active inventory of what things were like when they came in, so that when it gets shipped out, you make sure that all the accessories and everything were with it.
That's correct.
That's so cool.
It's all about maintaining the quality assurance all the way right as it comes in the door until it goes right back out.
One of the coolest things is, yes, they have an image there. You can see that they have a little counter right here, so it keeps synced up. And they also have like barcodes and stuff on the folder that's also in the same photo, so that they know that that record is indeed for that photo. Very interesting.
And that's another benefit of having engineering in-house. We designed this software to be able to, like you said, automatically take a picture of the number as it's received and to tie it to a folder, and then it'll save that photo with the right name. So when you're going to look for it, you can find it really easily based on the job number.
That's awesome. That's a good process. All right. Wow. Look at all these shelves, folks.
So that's our storage for new product manufacturing. All of our connectors, parts, screws, bolts, everything you name it, it's here.
Holy cow. All right.
And again, as we learned in the COVID years, I like to call them, we had lead times that were going up into, 24, 40 months. So we always try and store 1 year's worth of parts at a time.
Wow.
Whether it's for service or manufacturing.
That is just incredible. And those boxes all look familiar.
That's our new product storage. So after we manufacture, we'll put it on the shelf until you guys buy it.
Wow. For as massive as this facility is, there's not too much on the shelves. So does that mean that you guys are constantly selling? Things are constantly coming and going?
It does. And along those lines, we recommend 12 months of usage before it gets recalibrated.
Okay.
So what we do is we try not to manufacture too many products at a time. We base our production on usage. So, when somebody orders something, we'll make 5 of it or 10 of it rather than 100. And we allow it to sit on the shelf for 6 months of storage before it gets shipped, and that way you get 1 year of usage. So we have an 18-month cal cycle for new units, giving it 6 months storage on our shelves, and then by the time it gets to you, you'll get 1 year of usage.
That's cool. Wow, there's a lot of toys in here. Wow. Okay. That's fantastic. You know, one of the things I've noticed is that everything is like fantastically clean too, guys. Good on you. Laboratory conditions. And I'm seeing a variety of products. Very cool.
That's right. We don't just calibrate BC products. We calibrate a whole range of manufacturers and models. Again, the idea is to provide you a one-stop shop for everything you need, from service to sales and calibration. So as the product comes in to be calibrated, it goes on these shelves until everything gets tagged and sorted. We can determine if it needs to be repaired. We can contact the customer, make sure that they have quote approval for those repairs. Okay. And then that also allows us to do scheduling and make sure that we can get these products back to you and up and running, calibrated and serviced in a timely fashion.
Very cool. And I see over here, everything's labeled, awaiting quote.
That's right.
Very neat.
That's all part of our quality system.
So this might seem like a stupid question, but you do calibrations, but you guys also do repairs on all sorts of different devices, right?
That's right. That's right. Again, it's one of the benefits of having everything under one roof. So if you have a BC Biomedical product, we designed it here, we manufacture it here. So we can do the calibration and we can determine if something's not working right, if something needs to be repaired, we can do that in-house. Now, the other benefit that we have is, we've mentioned several times, we don't obsolete products. So what that does is, even the first defibrillator analyzer, if you bought that 15 years ago and you've got a problem with it, we may have to replace multiple circuit boards, but we have that capability in-house. You don't have to scrap the whole unit and replace it. We can do all of those repairs here.
That's very cool. This might also seem like a stupid question, but what if a device is no longer supported by the OEM? So, I mean, this is a question I get very frequently, is somebody has an old analyzer or something, they don't know where to get it calibrated, or let's say it's got a broken stud on it or something, which happens very frequently. Mm-hmm. So what do you say about that? Like older products, maybe by other OEMs?
So we'll do our best. A lot of times we have a library of service manuals that have been available on the market. So we'll try and do as much repair and service as we can in-house, even if it's not ours. And we'll be honest with you, if we can't fix it, then we'll do our best to try and do a trade-in and upgrade for you.
All right, Aaron, ready to show us your place?
Yes, let's
do it. Let's do it, man.
Let's take it away. So, welcome to our calibration lab.
Ooh, it's nice and cool in here.
Yep, controlled environment. It's actually a laboratory, as Lucio said earlier. If it falls below certain temperatures or it raises too high, we'll completely stop our calibration just to make sure that our units are in a controlled environment.
Right.
But with that being said, we have a lot of different units that we actually service here in the calibration lab. We'll do high voltage, as you guys can see. We also do pressure for different pressure gauges, and not just BC pressure gauges. Sometimes we get fluke pressure gauges. We get a lot of different pressure gauges. So just because it's not a BC unit doesn't mean that we can't service it. Moving along, let's take you guys back this way. Right here, we also do.
Wow! Look at all the flow.
We have IMTs here for our flow bench. On our flow bench, we service all kind of things like 90XL, Mesa 90XLs. We have a Mincer here. This thing has a ton of capabilities. Very low pressure range to very, very high pressure range. We do TSIs over here.
Wow, you guys have some expensive test equipment. Holy cow.
Yes.
And a lot of automation.
Yes, a lot of automation. We'll have a very knowledgeable guy here. He pretty much runs our flow bench here. This is our pressure manifold, pretty much where we test different things such as oxygen, and you guys also see that we have like nitrogen over here as well.
Yeah.
So
very cool.
Yes.
Holy cow. And these are solutions that had to be invented in-house.
Yes, our CEO, he actually spent a lot of time himself working on a lot of these things, so he's still very knowledgeable, and he actually does have a hand in a lot of these things.
The electronic nerd.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I love this stuff.
So we have calibrators, 8.5 meters. We have source
Look at
meters.
Tesla right there.
Yes, sir. We have O-scopes, 6.5 meters. This right here, this station is our Metcal station where we run automated procedures for a lot of fluke products. Like,
You guys work on those?
yes, sir. This is our scope meter.
Oh, I didn't know that.
What we do is in our program, we'll scan our unit in, we'll pull it up, and we'll find our procedure, and then we'll run it.
This whole time I
automatically.
thought that you guys only really did medical equipment. Holy cow.
Yep. No, sir. we do.
Okay. So I did not know that. So you guys can also handle regular industrial multimeters.
Yes, sir.
Very
So-
cool. And what about regular oscilloscopes?
We do those as well.
Okay.
Not only do we do Tektronix scopes, we have Teledyne scopes as well.
Uh-huh.
One channel, well, not one channel, but 2 channel, 4 channel. Some of them can be run on our Metcal station. Other times we do them by hand. I've done a bit by hand myself.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, all sorts of equipment back here.
Yes, sir. These are our shelves where we store our equipment. Once it comes in from the receiving folks, they bring it into the shelves. And based off of newest to oldest or oldest to newest is how we store and we select which units we work on.
Okay.
So we have gas analyzers, patient simulators. Again, BC Group products aren't the only products that we do service. So we have like Prunk or Rigel or IMT.
IMT, yeah.
Yes,
look at
sir.
that.
A lot of things that you guys are familiar with.
Oh, look at those. I have seen those.
Gossen Metrowatt, for example.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So we service a plethora of units.
Very cool.
And the goal is to be a one-stop shop. Have one PO, and we'll take care of everything you need.
I did not know that you guys did all this stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, we do. Universal counters here, more calibrators. We also have PhD Ultras, which we do the in-house calibration on these ourselves. More of our BC IPA infusion.
Yeah, I've
devices.
seen those devices on a couple of the workbenches out there. That's cool.
Yes, sir. These things are very good. We also have a temp and humidity chamber that we also do here in-house. We calibrate this in-house. We have the capability to do that ourselves as well, just to increase the other units that we can do. More like temp and humidity probes, Omega temp and humidity probes to be exact, are the ones that we more so commonly see.
That's interesting. So how many years have you been in this PML/precision calibration environment?
I've been here for 2 years at this company.
Okay.
So, yep.
Wow, you seem like you know. When I was 2 years into my company, I definitely didn't know all this stuff. That's for sure.
We have a very hard-working, tight-knit team.
Yeah.
So we really focus on making sure that we're doing our job correctly and accurately.
Holy cow! Look at all this.
Yep. The test stations keep coming.
Yes, sir. We also service defibrillators. Not only do we do BC biomedical products, but a lot of times we'll get in Fluke defibrillators as
Yeah.
well. So have our life pack. So yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, look at this. I like the workbenches, how they're laid out.
Oh, thank you. Try to keep our stations clean and organized as well.
I do dig the cable organizers. I've seen that at one other biomed shop where they had all their cables organized in those combs, and it's so they don't get all spun up and tangled on each other.
Yep. Yes.
And clean. They stay clean.
Yes, they do. We have a force standard here where we do newtons. We also do pounds of force.
Oh, so you put your force meter down the bottom?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Once you put it there, we have these little.
Oh, look at that. Okay, it's on an Acme screw, and you can apply force.
Yes.
Tension or compression.
Oh,
Yes, sir. Tension
very
or
cool.
compression.
So, how about this? This is going to be a weird off-the-wall question.
Mhm.
What about physical therapy devices? Have you guys ever seen or heard anything like that? So they have these devices that you use to assert pressure on the patient to track their force. And believe it or not, it's one of those things where up till now, I thought that we can only send them off to the OEM, but it's a little device, almost like a force gauge, and you put a pad on it, like a foam pad, and the patient has to push on it so you can measure how much force they're able to output.
Yes, sir. I know that we get the San Jamar hand dynamometers.
Yes.
And that's actually what these are used for. So
Oh,
we'll
look
take
at that.
We'll sit that hand dynamometer in here, and this keeps it from moving around or wiggling. That way we can get an accurate reading, and then we'll apply our force.
Here, this whole time I was like, okay, so they do medical equipment, they do regular test equipment. I'm like, what about physical therapy equipment?
Yes,
All right. Well, I thought I'd throw you a curveball.
We did mention one-stop shop, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
It wasn't a joke.
This looks like a torque meter.
Yes, sir. This is our torque standard. So it goes from very, very low, 4 to 50 inch-pounds, all the way up 20 to 250 foot-pounds.
Wow. So is
very,
that
very low.
for your own manufacturing capabilities? You use that for testing like torque wrenches or anything?
Typically torque wrenches, but not, we can test our own torque wrenches, but mainly the ones that come in for Cal.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So you guys test incoming torque wrenches.
That's right.
All right.
Yes, we do.
So that's something else I didn't know that y'all did. All right.
So,
Well, these are infamous.
oh yeah, we have our HLTA is our temperature checker. Those are used to check the temperatures on the hospital beds, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yes, these are rapid infusers. So up until today, I did not know that you guys did those. Like,
yes, sir.
so because it's an oddball thing to kind of test, but we always sent them off to the OEM. So there you go, folks. If you have the level 1 testers, you can go ahead and send them in. BC can get you taken care of.
Yes, sir.
That's crazy. Well, I guess the thing that I would say is, if you have any questions, I'm going to leave a link in the video description down below. If you have any questions whatsoever on whether or not they can service it, then let's just send them an email with maybe photos of the device that you want to see if they can calibrate it, and we'll leave it up to them on whether or not they can. It's much easier than giving you a list of items that you can service. But do you guys even have a list of all the items that you guys service?
Yes, we do. We do have a list of everything that we service. On our scope of accreditation, it'll tell you all of our capabilities, and it'll also list that product individually of everything that we can service for you all. If you have a product that we can service, just send it in or give us a call, and we'll let you know by either email or a phone call. So
Yeah, that's probably way easier because I'm seeing a wide variety of things.
oh, yes.
And I know that the BC Group website's also fantastic. So if you guys have any questions, you might be able to answer it on their website. Holy cow, look at this. Okay.
So this is a fully automated station for humidity testing, airline moisture monitors. Even in the hospital, you've got your, compressed air. You got to make sure it's dry.
Yeah.
Well, how dry is it? Well, you need a meter for that. So we can calibrate those here with this automated station. Again, this was an engineering project. That's why we say we're an engineering company. We're so deeply integrated into everything. Sure, we could test these one at a time, but as an engineering group, we want to make that more efficient, more repeatable, more consistent. So we made an automated test station for doing the temperature and humidity here.
Wow.
We can see the computer over here is actually running the entire calibration.
That is so cool. You guys got, what is this guy down here at the end? That's another one of those thermal.
This is another
cabinets.
temperature chamber. Yep.
Okay.
NIBPs, anything with pressure, the DPMs, NIBPs go through there. We've got light calibration over here, our photo box.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So you guys do photometers, photometers?
More so like the blue light meters, the Billy meters.
Oh.
Yes, sir. So we'll stick them in here.
I didn't even think about those.
Yes, sir. So we'll stick them in here. You see that blue light comes on, and we'll adjust the height.
Okay, so you have a known output, and from there you're going to measure against it with a control?
Yes, sir. So we're our control is right here.
Oh,
So-
look at you. Okay.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Put
I
in
dig
there,
it.
Adjust the height to make sure it's giving off the correct amount of light. So
Billy meters. I never even thought about that.
yes, sir.
Wow. Holy cow. And look at these.
So this is actually, it's a combined room. This is production of our finger sim here. So not necessarily calibration. This is a manufacturing. So this room is a shared facility. But that's where we manufacture our finger sims. You can see the glass slides there.
Yeah.
Where we will inject the calibrated dye in there for doing the different percentage of SpO2.
Wow. I had no idea how that tech even works.
It's actually it's a patented process. It's a special chemical and combination of materials to demonstrate simulate the absorption of the blood, the oxygen in the blood.
Do you guys
So-
actually test anesthesia?
This
Vaporize?
is a very unique test station, and this is, again, a prime example of why we have engineering in the company, why we're so integrated. If we're going to make a device that can measure anesthetic agent, how do you test that? Some companies say, well, hook it up to CO2 and that's all you need. We say, no, that's not good enough. If they're going to test it with DES, ISO, SIVO, we're going to test it with that. So we have a full gas refractometer. We can do a full 12-point calibration, measuring all the gases that you would use on the anesthetic agent analyzer. This is our AA8000.
Yeah.
We can also test other manufacturers, the Riken, and we can give you a full calibration on those devices.
That's so cool. Sorry, man, for getting up in your business. That's so cool. Wow. Okay. That's wild. All right, guys. Well, I'm sorry that might have went a little bit long, but folks, there are so many minute details. I guess the key point that you need to take from this video is if you have any questions or concerns about whether or not they can help you with one of your devices for calibration or service, go ahead and go to the link in the video description, click on it, and send them an email, and probably with photos. We love photos of the device in question, and they'll see if they can come up with a solution for you, or they probably already have one figured out. So thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks, Aaron, for showing me his area. Guys, this is so cool. And stay tuned. We're going to have more videos about BC Group because some of the cool stuff is still yet to come.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below with what you'd like to see in future videos.